yesterday we multiplied fractions. We did things like times -2 right? And the rule was for multiplying fractions straight across, top times top, bottom times bottom. So right there, -3, right there, 20. Can you reduce that? So -3/20. Well, today, if you're following along, page 83 it is, today we're going to be dividing. Today we're going to be dividing 1/4 divided by, let's go 2/7. Do you remember how to divide fractions? If you can divide fractions, if you can multiply fractions, then you can divide fractions. Easy. Do you remember? Probably, but we don't talk. Yes.
Don't we have to flip the 2/7?
Yes, very good. You leave the 1/4 alone. The first one you leave alone. The second one, you take the reciprocal. That's why we talked about reciprocal yesterday. You flip it over, and then instead of divide, you multiply. Straight across again, top times top, and bottom times bottom. So 7/8. Can I reduce? So just 7/8. And that's what we're going to do today. So if you could do yesterday's, you could do today's. -9. How about this? -9 divided by -10/3. Ooh. You know what I want to do? This bothers me. I want to do it right off the bat. I got to put a 1 under there. Do you mind? So we'll put a 1 under there. We're going to flip the second one. The first one, we always leave alone. So -9/1, leave alone. The second one, we're going to flip it. So 3 on top, -10 on bottom. And then instead of divide, we shall multiply. What do you get on top? Top times top, -27. Bottom times bottom, -10. I don't think anything goes into both of those, does it? 27 is 3 and 9. 10 is 2 and 5. They don't have anything in common. However, what about a negative divide by negative? What is negative divide by negative? Positive. And we can just leave it as 27/10. Positive 27/10. You don't need to change that to a mixed number. You can just leave it as 27/10. Anybody with questions so far? Yes.
I cannot see the board.
You can't? Why not? It's blurry. Oh boy. You mean I gotta focus it? Oh, I could move it closer. Why didn't I think of that? Now? Ooh, that's not good. Now? Better? Anybody with questions so far? Oh, right. So this one, at first you're going to say, oh my. That's called a complex fraction. A fraction that has another fraction in the numerator or the denominator, or both. But what you have to remember is this fraction line right here. What does a fraction line mean? 2 words. Well, maybe just one. Fraction line means divide or divided by. So if you see something like this, no problem. You're just going to rewrite it as the top thing instead of a fraction line divided by the bottom thing. See how we rewrote it? The top thing divided by the bottom thing. And once you do that, now it's just like what we did over there. I would put a 1 under here first. You always leave the first one alone. Take the reciprocal or flip the second. So I'm going to have 3 over negative 1. Instead of divide, multiply. And then we'll go top times top. And then we'll go bottom times bottom. If you leave it like that, I would take a point off. Why? Because it's not simplified all the way. What is negative over negative? Positive. So positive 9 or positive 9 over 1. If you wrote it as 9 over 1, I would let that go. But you have to change negative over negative to a positive. Does that make sense? The fraction line means divided by. So take out the fraction line here. Instead of the fraction line, we're going to write it as a divide by. And then it's just like the others where you take the reciprocal of the second, and instead of divide, multiply. Easy, right? I think that's good enough. Oh, wait, that's not good enough. Maybe that is good enough. I have 1 to 24, and that is good enough. I think we're good. Anybody with questions? Anybody with questions? Anybody with questions? Oh boy, you fell in. You all fell in. I think I'm gonna have to come in. What? Oh, I'm getting there. Page 84 and 85. Page. I have orals and I have written. 1 to 24 and 1 to 20. There we go. There we go.